So for our next story, I want you to check your calendar. What year is it? 2022. More than 20 years into the 21st century. But not in Britain. The British are still stuck in the Victorian era, the same delusions of empire, the same arrogance. The new generation is trying to change that perception, but old habits, they say, die hard. I'm talking about the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, Prince William and Kate. They're on a three-nation tour of the Caribbean. Their first stop was Belize, then Jamaica, and finally the Bahamas. But why now? Because the British monarchy wants to reinvent itself. This year marks Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee, her 70th year on the throne. So the Queen dispatched her grandson to her so-called realms, countries that recognize the Queen as their head of state. But the realms are revolting. Last year, Barbados parted ways with the empire. They decided to become a republic. This visit was supposed to regain that lost confidence, to solidify Britain's influence in the Caribbean, except things are not going to plan. This visit is proving to be a royal disaster, starting with the optics. Here's what the royal couple did in Belize. They danced with the locals. They made chocolate. It was almost like a flashback to the 19th century. The noble British rulers visiting their subjects, exploring the mysteries of their colonies. Take a look. If Belize was bad, Jamaica was worse. Prince William came decked in full military attire, the unusually big hats, the awkward salute, the sword hanging from his waist. None of it represented modern-day Jamaica. It was a throwback to their painful past. Jamaica's Prime Minister probably summed it up best. He said his country wants to move on. All Prince William could do was nod his head. Take a look.
But Jamaica is, as you would see, a country that is very proud of our history, very proud of what we have achieved, and we are moving on, and we intend to attain in short order our development goals and fulfill our true ambitions and destiny as an independent, developed, prosperous country.
All I can say is, ouch. In Jamaica, there were protests against the royal visit. They demanded two things from Britain: an apology for their crimes and reparations for slavery. All Prince William could manage was this.
With the International Day of Remembrance of the Victims of Slavery and the Transatlantic Slave Trade, I strongly agree with my father, the Prince of Wales, who said in Barbados last year that the appalling atrocity of slavery forever stains our history. I want to express my profound sorrow. Slavery was abhorrent, and it should never have happened.
All those words. Do you know what was missing? Sorry. Prince William is sad that Jamaicans were enslaved. But is he sorry? That's what the people wanted to hear. But the British monarchy is not ready for it. And this picture should make it clear. The royal couple on one side, Jamaican kids on the other. Between them, this daunting steel fence. Just think about it. Your ancestors enslaved these people. They were put in cages. They were whipped on the streets. Is this really how you want to meet their descendants, with a steel fence in the middle? Things were no better in the Bahamas. The royal couple were welcomed with more protests. Frankly, there should be a message to Britain. The monarchy is not your soft power anymore. If anything, it's the opposite. The British Empire invaded 90% of present-day countries, 90%. At the center of this empire was the royal family. They do not represent the glory days of Britain. They represent the worst of Britain. And in the Caribbean, people are realizing that. Barbados has abandoned the Queen. Jamaica is thinking along the same lines. No amount of royal charm will fix that. So why does Britain persist with these PR disasters? Because the British public loves it. Take a look at this article from the Daily Mail. This is what it says. Royal fans are left swooning as Duchess gazes at handsome Duke while he adjusts his military uniform during parade in Jamaica. I have another one. This is what it says. Kate dazzles as she arrives in Belize with Prince William for week-long Caribbean tour. This obsession must end. Blue blood is not a real thing. Apologizing for your ancestors is a real thing. The Germans still apologize for Adolf Hitler. And that's what the British royals need to do. Apologize for their past. Stop these delusional foreign trips. And let the former colonies move on. They've suffered British oppression. They've survived British arrogance. But I don't think they can survive British cringe. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.